Happy Friday, everybody. Let's see. What are my low, my high, my act of kindness? Well, I would definitely say that my low is the fact that tonight there's somewhere I'm going to be, but I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to wear. But I did figure something out. And, let's see, what was my high? Well, my high is, obviously, I was with my family. But more importantly, I actually got a pick right. I can't believe I'm saying this, but thank you, Eagles. Now go back to sucking like you always do. And, oh gosh. I probably just made some Eagles fans really mad about that. Go Cowboys. Anyway, and my act of kindness was I emptied the dehumidifier for my dad, as well as my mom brought my nephews over, and I helped watch them for a little while. So, I got a couple things to discuss, actually. Hold on a second. If I can just get to it. Because Hot Ines revealed its Season 22 hot sauce lineup, which is great. And I'm trying to find the, okay, I know there's a picture of all the, hold on a second, let me, okay. I have a better idea. I'm trying to find a picture of Sean with all 10 sauces, if that's possible. It looks like, give me a minute. Hold on. Wait, hold on. What was that I just saw? Never mind. Okay. Hey, dude! I thought I put it on mute with it. There we go. I can just get to a, sorry, an ad pop. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm looking for the YouTube video where Sean is talking about the sauces again, so I can get to the image of what the sauces look like, but I muted my computer to avoid copyright. So if I can just get to here we go. Okay. Okay, now I have a picture of all 10 in tow. So, I was definitely right about some things. I was wrong about some things. And I was most definitely surprised about some things. For example, in yesterday's video, I mentioned how they're probably going to bring back a hot sauce maker that was originally on the show at some point. And they did. They brought back Dawson's. I thought it was going to be Torchbearer, but, Dawson's is good. Although I'll never forget that Alton Brown on his episode, because he actually ranked all 10 sauces based on his preference. And Dawson's was so bad that he threw it in the trash. Like, wow. He actually thought it was worse than the bomb. Which, that is, well, he didn't think it was that hot. He didn't really think the taste was all that great. At least the bomb was actually hot. It just didn't taste very good. So that's why Dawson's was like thrown in the trash pretty much. Which is pretty harsh. Honestly, I think it's kind of great the first 3 feasts ever went back to Dawson's after that. But Dawson's is back now. Because I think Dawson's made a comeback at least at some point after season 5. So between season 5 and now, I think Dawson's may have made one comeback, I think. So the fact that Dawson's is back now, that's great. Hopefully, their sauce got better. Personally, though, if I'm Dawson's and I'm watching the Alton Brown episode, I love the Alton Brown episode. The Alton Brown episode is one of my favorites. And, I see Alton Brown completely ruin our sauce. I would be emotionally hurt by that criticism, But I really would also be the kind of guy who's like, okay, listen, we know you didn't like our sauce. What should we do to try and make it better? Basically, pretty much what Domino's did when it came to pizza. I mean, listen, there's a reason why Domino's is the #1 pizza chain in the United States. That's because they actually asked what they could do to make their stuff better. They actually went to customers asking that question. They listened to what those people said. And yeah, Domino's Pizza is good. Best in the country now. Who knew? Oh, in terms of a chain pizza restaurant. Although, I would still say there are some people out there that still love Papa John's and Pizza Hut. For sure. But Domino's is #1 in America, and, that's how they do it. Although, actually, the whole pizza thing is kind of relevant. You can put hot sauce on pizza. Some hot sauces are good on pizza. Anyway. So, in terms of the things that I knew were going to come back, the bomb, that wasn't going anywhere, obviously. Los Calientes, barbacoa. Okay. You went from Rojo to barbacoa. Oh, very nice. But for sure, the two big surprises have nothing to do with anything new. They have to do with the first and last sauces. They're, for the first time since, how long was Hot Ones even using the classic? I can't remember. The classic's been around for a pretty long time. Probably even before since season 10. So we've had the classic as the first sauce we start out with for a good probably 3 years. At least 3 years. So the fact that they're going with something new would seem kind of scary. But then again, this is actually the kind of sauce that a lot of people wanted the good folks over at First We Feast and Hot Ones to use as their #1 sauce for quite a while. Simply put, the good folks over at First We Feast, Hot Ones, and Hot Ines all collaborated to make a buffalo sauce. Now, for those out there that don't know, buffalo wings are essentially any chicken wings that are covered in a sauce that originally, way back in the day, was made with a combination of hot sauce and butter, with a few other spices here and there. But hot sauce, specifically Frank's Red Hot, and butter were like the two big things. And it's funny, for those of you who don't know the legend, I believe it was the Anchor Bar that actually invented this. Yeah, it was the Anchor Bar. The Anchor Bar invented these wings. And what happened was, the owner of the Anchor Bar had their kid come over with some friends, and they wanted a snack, and so what the owner of the Anchor Bar did, they got wings and just leftover chicken wing scraps. That's all it was. For all intents and purposes, chicken wings didn't really become relevant until in the 20th century. They're wings. They're scraps. Yeah, there's meat in them, but not that much. So they thought, why not just do that? So fed it as an after-school snack, and the rest is history. Dude, I love wings. Trust me, I know how it goes. Okay? Don't you try and question my wing logic here. Anyway, so with all that said, it's a bold and brave move that the good folks over at First We Feast and Hot Ones did this, making a buffalo sauce. Because, listen, we live in a day and age where you have dozens, if not hundreds, of independent hot sauce makers with hundreds, if not thousands, of different hot sauces from all around the world. At that point, you would think a buffalo sauce would be kind of one note. But when you think about it, buffalo wings are probably the first flavor of wings that we all eat. So it would make a lot of sense that the first wing you have when you're taking on the wings of death is a buffalo wing. That's actually a very smart move on their part. Very nice. Plus Sean Evans mentioned how, a lot of those notes from the classic buffalo sauce are there, including the fact that the sauce is made with real butter, which I just mentioned earlier. That was what the original wing sauce was back in the day. Not to mention it was approved by none other than Camera Guy Bill, a Buffalo native. Go Bills. Oh, let's go Buffalo. Shout out to Camera Guy Bill. Camera Guy Bill's awesome. So, Camera Guy Bill, also shout out to Tyra Banks for, making Camera Guy Bill as relevant as he is. I like Camera Guy Bill. Listen, maybe I'm a bit biased because I'm an upstate New Yorker as well. But, it's Camera Guy Bill. Camera Guy Bill is awesome. So, shout out to Camera Guy Bill. So, the fact that Camera Guy Bill, of all people, approved of this sauce means it's okay. Although, I am curious, because I do believe it was last season, or maybe it was the season before, where one of their sauces was ranch-based, believe it or not. And for those of you at home who don't know this, wings and ranch do not mix. At least if you're an upstate New Yorker like myself, or Camera Guy Bill. Personally, seriously, I would like this. Camera Guy Bill really is someone I want on me, just simply because, I gotta ask him, okay, you have a wing sauce based on ranch. What are your initial thoughts on that? I want to know what he thought about that. It's not like it was a hot sauce. It was the number 2 sauce at that point, but still. Sean also talked about how the 5th sauce, I forget what it's called again, but it's the prettiest looking bottle he's ever seen, which it is. It looks like metallic gold, which I'm excited to see. But I do gotta talk about the one sauce that legit interested me even more than the buffalo sauce, and that is the newest version of the Last Dab. I know, I didn't think it would get any hotter than Apollo, but yeah, we have a newer and hotter version of the Last Dab called the Last Dab Experience. Now, here's the thing. I like that they upped the ante even more with how hot the Last Dab is. I love the design of the bottle, and I love how Smokin' Ed Curry continues to just be a crazy mad genius when it comes to growing peppers and doing what he does. I love all that. I'm not entirely sure I'm fond of the name, the Last Dab Experience. In a way, I guess that it's sort of evocative of the 60s, 70s, and 80s where you would have bands that are named after they would name themselves whatever and then Experience, the whatever it was and Experience. I do admire how it's kind of evocative of that, but you upped the ante when it came to the Last Dab. This is arguably the hottest sauce made definitely in the United States. Or arguably the hottest sauce definitely made in the United States. While also containing, good flavor. And, I don't know, the Last Dab Experience would be an appropriate enough title for that. I don't hate it. I want to make that clear. I don't hate this. In fact, admittedly, it's kind of growing on me the more I look at it, to be sure. But I will admit, you probably could have came up with a better name. I personally don't know if I could come up with a better name, But I'm sure somebody out there could have thought of something better. I mean, off the top of my head, well, I mean, I'm stumped. I guess I'm stumped. I mean, I can't think of a better name. I mean, again, maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe honestly, if anything, I'm being nitpicky. But I don't know if I would have titled it The Last Dab Experience. Maybe The Last Dab. Ooh. The Last Dab DX. Director's Cut. Because, director's cut is always like that thing that's left on, like, the cutting room floor that, like, the director takes home. Like, The Last Dab DX would be perfect because you still have the X from experience in there. Plus, DX, the D could mean a lot of different things. If you don't know, if you're not savvy when it comes to film, it could be Diablo or Devil, maybe. In fact, it's Pepper X. That Pepper X is used to make The Last Dab, so like Diablo X or something like that. And not great. Now, as a Chuck and Conrad fan, I'm thinking like The Last Dab Experience. That's what Chuck and Conrad does. Whenever there's an X, you gotta say X. You gotta do that. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It's like saying the Ohio State. You have to say the Ohio State if you don't. Otherwise, it doesn't work that way. Plus, in a way, if you were to call it The Last Dab DX, it would also be a play on the fact that the show takes place in Los Angeles, Hollywood. And the Hollywood celebrities come the hot ones. So, again, I'm nitpicking. I certainly don't hate the name, and it's grown on me. But I will admit, it did sort of rub me the wrong way initially. But I'm open to it. At the end of the day, it's going to be, what we see on the show. And considering that season 23 starts next... season 22. Sorry, season 22. Why say season 23? That's next year. But, yeah, for what we got for season 22, I like what I see here. I'm thrilled that we're getting season 22 next week to Sean Evans, Chris Schoenberger, Camera Guy Bill, all the good men and women who work at First We Feast and Hot Ones. I truly hope that you guys had a wonderful rest in between seasons. Hope you came back with your batteries recharged and everything. I look forward to what we're about to see next week. At this time, I don't know what the guest is, obviously, because they didn't really show any sneak peek of it. But I am looking forward to seeing it. And, next week, season 22 starts. And it's going to close out the rest of the year. But at least in the meantime, we got football, which I'm so happy I got one right. Seriously, who wasn't going to take the Eagles? Oh, so actually, I shouldn't say it. Some Vikings fans probably were. And I have some friends who are Vikings fans too, so. Sorry, Vikings fans. But would you have expected any less from Jalen Hurts? He put the Hurts on you. I hope you like this video. If you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble in this video for all of you guys watching Joe today. We'll be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. And remember, if you guys want to talk to me, we get a lens on my back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.